Hey there, it's Jody Sutter of the Sutter Company, and it's Just Ask Jody. It's that time when I take a question from an agency around an issue they're having with business development, and I'll answer that question in 4 minutes or less. And today the question is a big one. The question is, how do we make our agency sound different from other agencies? I'm going to try to answer this in under 4 minutes because there's so much to this. But I think there's some guidance I can give you. So first of all, it's very hard to sound different from other agencies. And that's because while each one of you is wholly unique in your own special way, the fact is you also share a lot of similarities with your competitors and your peers and colleagues. So it's very difficult. It's difficult to land on something that sounds so unique that it isn't almost inconsequential. So what I tell my clients to do is, rather than searching for something wholly unique that only you can say, is I suggest to look at it a different way and look at it like a Venn diagram, and the way the circles of the Venn diagram come together in the center and that rich area of overlap. And what you might want to do is start by looking at 3 areas that you can then, of course, overlap. The first one is differentiation. So I know maybe I'm sounding a little contradictory, but yeah, you do want to think about what makes your agency different. What you want to do also, though, is when you are going through this exercise, you want to make sure that the differentiators that you are coming up with are, number 1, true, not aspirational, and number 2, verifiable. And then start thinking about, of those differentiators, what has the most value to your clients and why. So now already we're starting to hopefully see some sort of overlap here that becomes a little rich. And then the third thing that you want to overlap is your commitment to this business. What are you committed to? How does your mission tie into your work in a way that makes you different? So I'll give you an example. The question actually came from an agency that I was working with earlier this year, and one of their team members asked me that. How do we sound different from other agencies? And they are an experiential and sponsorship agency, and they are very committed to helping clients measure the effectiveness of sponsorship. That is a differentiator. Now, can other agencies say the same thing? Maybe, but they have an approach, they can verify it, and it's absolutely true. And that commitment part, they're absolutely committed to it. They truly believe that a brand's investment in sponsorship isn't worthwhile without being able to measure the effectiveness. So those 3 things together create the beginning of a rich story. Now, a story is one thing. You need to turn that into a narrative, and this is where your marketing comes in, because once you have that story, you need to commit to it, and you need to go out to the market with it, and you need to make sure you support it with the right tactics to get the message out there. Now, what I also see agencies doing sometimes, as they struggle to find the right differentiating statements, the right differentiating messages, the right positioning statements, they will land on something, they'll experiment with it, they'll put the stake in the ground, and then 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, they decide that maybe it's not working quite right, or they want to be more, do something more, and they'll move the stake, and they'll lose a lot of the momentum. So I guess try not to do that, but also recognize if that's a tendency that you have. The more that you can commit to your messages, and of course things are going to change and evolve, but the more that you can commit to that message and start to build that narrative, the better off you will be. Because what happens is that the market starts to understand a lot better who you are, what you stand for, and why they want to invest in working with you. That's it for this Just Ask Jody. If you've got a question you'd like me to answer, you can email it to me at jody@thesuttercompany.com. I'll see you next time.